Welcome. I say what you want about me, but I'm punctual. I'll just say hello for a minute and give some folks a chance to pop in. And this is the second time I've tried to focus on a single album. I don't know if people like that, find that interesting or not. I'll mix it up. Next time I'll do just a regular show. But this one's all about Time Leaves Things Behind, which I recorded in 2013, mostly in Glen Cove, but much of it recorded right here in this very room. And I'll try to give just a little bit of background on each of the songs, and especially since they are of a time. This first one, I had the great joy of singing with my dear friend Kate, and I wish she was here singing with me now. Every day I open up my eyes and I'm where I want to be. I turn my head over on the bed and I see who I want to see. I don't need a new coat or another pair of shoes. The world is filled with folks that got the blues. Yeah, but all I got is you. Leaving home, another working day, I'll go where I've got to go. And seeing you standing in the door, I know all I need to know. And you won't find my picture on the front page of the news. The world is filled with folks that got the blues. But all I got is you. The sun goes down. Take me in your arms and I'll stay long as I can stay. And hold me close. I'll whisper in your ear and say all I want to say. And we'll fall fast asleep before the devil gets his dues. The world is filled with folks that got the blues. But all I got is you. Yeah, all I got is you. All I got is you. Howdy, Ken Cassidy. Howdy, Charlie. And hello, Lanny and Eileen. So this is also, by the way, you got to tell me how it sounds, because this is the first show I've ever done where everything is coming off my brand new laptop. And in the little sound checks that I did, everything sounded great. And I think I've solved all the weird intermittent issues by moving over to this laptop. And it sounds good in the headphones. Hope it sounds good out there to you. Just holler if there's anything else I can do. All right, so I promised to tell you a little, try to focus on this album. So I had done a bunch of recordings many, many years before Time Leaves Things Behind, but it was an interlude where I raised a family and built a career, and when I first thought about, by the way, I changed the strings today, and I normally never do that on the day of a show, but I did. Anyway, so when I first decided to return and start recording again and performing again, I was sitting upstairs in the living room getting ready to join my friends Mark and Naomi, who were hosting an open night in Westbury at a place called Mirabelle's that my other dear friend Epi was somehow involved in. And I was sitting there rehearsing, and my neighbor came in. She was actually looking for my wife. And we ended up chatting, and we got into this conversation about when couples break up, is it possible to stay friends afterwards, or should you just cut the whole thing off then and there for good? And when she left, I was thinking, the world needs all the love it can get. And I stopped rehearsing and wrote this song, or at least started to write it. And it's remained up there as one of my favorite songs. I don't need a fast train to outrun this rain. I don't want the wind to blow any colder, and I don't need an angel on my shoulder to know what to do. And I don't need a wall to get over you. It won't take a plane ride to cross this divide. It won't help the echo grow any fainter, and I don't need the sad eyes of a painter to see this thing through. And I don't need a wall to get over you. There's already so many mountains to climb. The world is too big for such little time. And I don't need the oceans to swallow my sins. I don't need to blanket the darkness behind them. I'll light a candle at both ends to find them. If you want me to, but I don't need a wall. I don't need a wall. No, I don't need a wall to get over you. It's Sivia, Das, Debbie. Oh, it's so nice you guys to. Sivia, how have you been? Oh man, we need to catch up. So it's so nice of you guys to pop in. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Das, Debbie, Sivia. So I mentioned that I started that song because I'm not one of those guys that can sit down and write a song in one sitting. I wish I was. Believe me, I'd be more prolific. But this next song, I know probably most people who've heard me before have heard me introduce this song by saying it was inspired by the kind of unknown or underknown James Crumley, the detective writer James Crumley. He had a character named C.C. Chagru, and I was a big fan of his books. He didn't have that many, sadly, in very cliche style. He pretty much drank himself to death in Montana. But he was very influential to a lot of mystery writers who most folks are familiar with, and they would be the first to admit it. But anyway, so this character, C.C. Chagru, inspired this next song. But I started writing this song upstairs in the living room, well, the TV room, actually. And it was coming along really good. And I said, I'm going to just stay up all night if I have to and get as much of it done as I could. And I was up till like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I still didn't finish it, but I did get probably like 75-80% of it done, which is rather a lot for me. So it's called Paper in My Wallet. I headed for the highway. Whoops, sorry, I forgot something. I stopped to get some gas. He asked me for a credit card, and I handed him my cash. He counted it and nodded, said, son, you look the desperate man. He said, how far are you going? And I said, far as I can. It's just paper in my wallet. It's just metal in my jeans. Unless you've walked in my shoes, you won't know what I mean. I filled my rear view mirror with bets that I refused, but I put money on forgetting you. I put money on forgetting you. Somewhere in the desert, I found the perfect bar. He poured one without asking, just like he carried the same scar. He looked down at my money and what we agreed upon. He'd take it when he needed to, and he'd tell me when it's gone. It's just paper in my wallet. Yeah, it's just metal in my jeans. Unless you've walked in my shoes, you won't know what I mean. I must have lost a fortune on bad advice, it's true, it's true. But I'd put money on forgetting you. I'd put money on forgetting you. She was sitting in the corner, a diamond without flaws. I bought her one for smiling, and another just because. Now she said she had a place nearby, about a mile or two. She was trying to finish college, and I'll bet that she makes it too. It's just paper in my wallet. It's just metal in my jeans. Unless you've walked in my shoes, well, you won't know what I mean. I burned holes in my pockets with these things that I can't use. But I'd put money on forgetting you. I'd put money on forgetting you, yeah. Forgetting you. Forgetting you. Hey, Greg, Brendan. Hey, Ann. Hey, Mary, Pat, and Greg. I assume Kevin's by your side, Ann, but too much of a Luddite to be able to type a comment. Is that pretty much it? If those of us who know Kevin know that's probably true. Okay. As I mentioned at the very top, a lot of this record back in 2013 was recorded right here. And it's one of my favorite memories that my friend Jillian, my dear friend Rich and Laura's daughter Jillian, played flute on this song, did a fantastic job, and it's just a great memory to have that she was a part of it. I wrote it on the other side of the room before the basement was before the studio existed, before the basement was finished. It's an autumn song, so I know on this snowy winter's day it seems a little out of place, but it is the next song on the album. It's called Only Blue. The leaves fall to the ground, red and gold, shades of brown, and they brush against the gate in the wind, and like drops of paint. But I am only blue. Yes, I am only blue. Without you, I am only blue. The morning strikes the grass like countless shards of broken glass, and splinters off the dew, and prisms pushing rainbows through. But I am only blue. Yes, I am only blue. Without you, I am only blue. Yes, I am only blue. Just like a sea that waves cannot break through. Yes, I am only blue. Just like a sky that storms cannot roll through. The evening slips away, purple stains on streaks of gray, and the black edge of the night flickers with an orange light. But I am only blue. Yes, I am only blue. Without you, I am only blue. Yes, I am only blue. I am only blue. Only blue. There you go. Hey, Marianne. I love that Baird family. The entire family pops up every now and then at a show. Say hi to the rest of the clan that couldn't be here tonight for me. Wish them a happy new year. I was surfing around the internet at the time, and they had the internet back then, 2013, and I saw this drawing that caught my attention of a Union general or captain or something shooting one of his own soldiers, and I couldn't quite figure out what was that all about. And I did a little research, and it turns out that even after the Civil War, apparently General Custer was a big fan of this idea during the Indian Wars. If you deserted, it was common practice, no trial, no nothing. It was common practice for them to come after you and kill you for deserting. And I was a little surprised about that, but okay, it was the 1800s. So I did a little more research and learned a little bit about scouting parties. They would sometimes send out a scouting party of, 15 to 20 guys to scope out. So anyway, I decided to write a song about an ill-fated scouting party on a fictitious place somewhere in the South called Cedar Hill. Does not exist. It's a bone of contention with certain people who insist that it's a true story, no matter how much I protest that I would know best that it's not. It takes place at the beginning of the Civil War, when the South was actually doing surprisingly well. But the interesting thing from a songwriter standpoint about this song, so I started writing it, and a lot of times I have an outline for a song, and this one I just had the general idea, and no one was more surprised than me when it kind of takes a left turn and becomes something of a ghost story at the end. And I'll tip my cap to my dear friends Lanny Sichel and Bill Sweeney and Bill Intamin and Gary Moran for being kind enough to record this song with their King Penguin band. You could Google that on YouTube. They did a fantastic job, and it was so thrilling to hear it done outside my own little universe. But this is it. It's called Cedar Hill. In May of 1862, the rebels would not yield. They drove us back across a Shenandoah field and cut off from our cavalry the truth, a bitter pill. We'd ride alone up Cedar Hill. Captain Lowry had command. His words, the spring air chills. Boys, there's only one way out, kill or else be killed. So we set out, and I made the choice that haunts me to this day. I trailed behind, I turned and rode away. I rode off into the wind, my back to Cedar Hill. And I can't change a single thing, and now I never will. 16 men went up that day, 15 are fighting still. No one else came down from Cedar Hill. I raced across the nearest farm, out over Crooked Run. I thought I heard him call my name before I heard his gun. I know I watched the moon above an empty blue sky fill, rising over Cedar Hill. I rode off into the wind, my back to Cedar Hill. And I can't change a single thing, and now I never will. How 16 men went up that day, 15 are fighting still. No one else came down from Cedar Hill. Now I watch the valley turn, the colors of the fall. Busy streets have filled with cars and shopping malls. The years below pass quickly, yet somehow time stands still on Cedar Hill. I rode off into the wind, my back to Cedar Hill. And I can't change a single thing, and now I never will. 16 men went up that day, 15 are fighting still. No one else came down from Cedar Hill. No one else came down from Cedar Hill. Okay, let's see. Alrighty. Well, thank you for listening. Okay. So, I'm a big fan of Randy Newman. Now, Randy Newman had no problem writing songs as other characters. He and nobody held it against him. And he really had nothing against short people. He wasn't a redneck. I don't even know if he really loved LA. Well, but that's another story. So I wrote this song after a poster caught my eye on the wall leading up to the subway in 30 Rockefeller Center. It was a poster for The New Girl. And I started thinking about that, and and I started thinking about how when we're young men, boys, when we're boys, there's always, depending on what age bracket you fall into, you might have had a crush on, Peggy Lipton from the Mod Squad, or Michelle Phillips from the Mamas and the Papas. You guys can, volunteer who you had your 12-year-old crushes on, or probably more likely Diana Rigg in the Avengers because of her outfit. So I started thinking about young people, young boys today, and I wrote this song through the eyes of one such young person. It would take a man of independent means to win a legend of the screen. But I am armed with little more than guile to capture her half-smile. Anyone can tell that I'm in love with Zooey Deschanel. Now if I was the one to write the scripts, oh, what words I'd put on her lips. Anyone can tell I'm in love with Zooey Deschanel. And when she looks off to the left or to the right, her eyes fill up with white. Yeah, I know that she will never call my name, but to me, she's Zooey just the same. Anyone can tell that I'm in love with Zooey Deschanel. Yeah, I'm in love with Zooey Deschanel. Yeah, I'm in love with Zooey. There you go. Kurt, how are you? Bob Kalo. Wow, Vanessa. Vanessa, more than anyone, lived through the making of this record back in 2013. So it's Happy New Year, Vanessa. Happy New Year, Kurt. Happy New Year, Bob Kalo, and Greg Beck goes, now I understand. Yes. See, I think that's what's good about focusing on the one record every now and then. Like I said, the next show I do, I'll mix it up and then come back to the idea, maybe in the summer, pick up with the next record or something. Okay, so I always wanted to write a cowboy song that George Jones would sing. As some of you may well know, Hank Williams was a big influence. And was a little the two people, ironically, the two people I always heard singing this song was George Jones and Dwight Yoakam, and we were mixing this song. We were working on this song when the news broke that George Jones had died, which I somehow saw some significance in. I don't really know what. And then the only other postscript that I'll mention is that, and Vanessa and Kurt and Charlie can relate to this. I was walking in an entrance, which there was a door that led to the Don Imus studios. And I went to reach for the door, but before my hand could get on the handle, it opened from the other side. And I was nose to nose with Dwight Yoakam. And I was so, taken aback. I did like a humming Ed Norton. And he was such a nice guy. He just stopped and laughed, and he just stopped and asked me how I was doing and talked for a little bit. But I was in no position to say, I've got a song that you were one of the two people I had in my head when I wrote it. And so I didn't, and he didn't. And but again, it's worth telling that story because, like I said, he was such a nice guy. He actually stopped and chatted for a minute. Anyway, so one of my many cowboy songs. Well, I threw all the cigarettes away. I save a little money each week for a rainy day, and I left all my troubled ways back there in the dust. But you're the ghost that I can't give up. I got some paint and I fixed up the place. I always have a kind word and a smile on my face, and all the best intentions sometimes aren't good enough. You're the ghost that I can't give up. I turn the lights on everywhere. It's funny, I still see things in this house that aren't there. Yeah, I've changed everything there is to change except my luck. You're the ghost that I can't give up. Now I don't chase every woman that I see, and I keep all that liquor under lock and key. I bought brand new clothes and I sold that rusted truck. But you're the ghost that I can't give up. Yeah, you're the ghost that I can't give up. You're the ghost that I can't give up. Country and Western music. Thank you, Kurt. That's so nice of you. I'm so glad that Kurt is here with Vanessa and Charlie. See, this is really the nicest thing about doing these shows is people pop up who know each other and maybe haven't talked to each other in a while. And Bob Kalo, by the way, love Hacks. Fantastic show. Congratulations on having such a smart and talented daughter. Looking forward to season 2. Okay, the backstory on this one. This is probably one of the older songs on the record. I literally wrote it in what was the living room, now the dining room. The day the war in Iraq started. And it's a song about hope, and because I think we all need hope more than we need just about anything. And I always like to say that hope is the one thing that nobody can take away from you. You've got to give it up, and don't ever do that. We're all in this together, and let's hang in there. The sun climbs higher, the ground gets dry. A world of faces turn up to the sky and lift their voices off the dying earth to ask the heavens for a sign of rebirth. Waiting for the rain, waiting for the rain, just waiting for the rain of love. And build your houses on the highest hill and try and save yourself, but I don't think that you will. 'Cause nothing crumbles with the speed of hate as water rushes through the narrowest gate. Waiting for the rain, waiting for the rain, just waiting for the rain of love. I'm waiting for the rain to fall on me. I'm waiting for the clouds to fill with sympathy. And fill the churches, every shape and every size. But a heart left empty will be left behind. 'Cause kindness doesn't need a name or a face, and there are no borderlines to a state of grace. Waiting for the rain, waiting for the rain, just waiting for the rain of love. I'm waiting for the rain to fall on me, and I'm waiting for the clouds to fill with sympathy. Now the moon sinks lower and the night gets long, and hopelessness divides the weak from the strong. So lift each other, and in the rising tide, both the brave and fallen will arrive side by side, waiting for the rain, waiting for the rain, just waiting for the rain of love, just waiting, waiting for the rain. I'm waiting for the rain. So I ended on that 4 chord because we're still waiting. Maybe one of these days I'll get to resolve that back on the D chord. So this next song is a little more obtuse, but it actually followed that song for a reason on the album. It was actually one of the last songs written for the record, and the aforementioned war in Iraq was raging for years and years and years, and pretty much everybody knew how it was going to end, which wasn't good, and yet we went on and on. So in my frustration, if you will, I actually wrote a song for Dick Cheney, believe it or not. There you go. Of course, from 2016 to 2020, I tended to sing it for someone else, but the idea is the same. That it's about people who get to stay on the sidelines while unseen and unknown families suffer loss and pain. And it goes like this. No one should be lonely. No one should be blue. And no one should be crying. And crying 'cause of you. No one should be asking, now what am I to do? No one should be lonely. Nobody but you. Everyone needs laughter, and everyone should sing. Everyone should dance with the joy that life can bring. Everyone should lean on a heart they know is true. Yeah, no one should be lonely. Nobody but you. If I could hold the teardrops, I'd take them in my hand, and for every heart you've broken, I'd travel across this land. But it would take a river 1,000 years or more. But if I could hold the teardrops, I'd take them to your door. 'Cause no one should be lonely, yeah, no one should be blue, and no one should be crying, crying 'cause of you. And no one should be asking, now what am I to do? No one should be lonely, nobody but you. And no one should be lonely, nobody but you. At this juncture, I will point out, hey Rhonda, how you doing? Hey Matt, Michelle, thanks for joining in. At this juncture, I would like to invite all my friends who are kind enough to be here tonight to go to my website, raylambiase.com, and I set this up specifically so I could do this, so don't hesitate to do this. You can find Time Leaves Things Behind, or any of the other records, and you can hit the download button, and if you secretly enter 3 zeros, you will get a magic email. It'll ask you for your email, and you'll get an email that will give you a link to download any of the records you like for free, which I would love to see you do. Time Leaves Things Behind is on there as well if you're hearing these songs for the first time. I don't really know that there probably is anyone, but having said that, so raylambiase.com, next to each album cover, hit the download button, and then enter 000 and put your email address in, and it'll do the rest magically. So I just wanted, I'll be honest with you, I just wanted a one rock and roll song on the record, or one quasi. To me, a little more, all my rock and roll songs sound like blues songs, so I don't know if they are actually rock and roll or what they are. But I had this idea for a song, and put it at this point on the record. I'm so deep in this well, don't know how far I fell, can't tell if it's night or day, if it matters anyway. I'd be happy if I was blue, yeah, I'd be happy if I was blue, I'd be happy if I was blue. Yeah, I'd be happy if I was blue. I'm so far down this road, I feel I've been swallowed. Hold on, think I can take that hill. Don't know if I ever will. I was blue. Yeah, I'd be happy if I was blue. I'd be happy if I was blue. I'd be happy if I was blue. Couldn't you just leave one thing behind? One small thing someone else might find. Did you have to take all you could take? Yeah, I wish I'm asleep when I'm awake. I'd be happy if I was blue. Yeah, I'd be happy if I was blue. I'd be happy if I was blue. Yeah, I'd be happy if I was. The sky has turned it back. The moon has turned its back. The silence floods these streets. The darkness has me beat. I'd be happy if I was blue. Yeah, I'd be happy if I was blue. I'd be happy if I was blue. Yeah, I'd be happy if I'd be happy if I was blue. Yeah, I'd be happy if I was blue. I'd be happy if I was blue. Yeah, I'd be happy if I was blue. Okay, that's, here you go. Sort of rock and roll, I guess. I don't know, God knows. See, this is in the mirror. I can't tell what to do with my hair because it's all backwards in my... Anyway, whatever. Thank you, Das. When I set out to record this album, I really had no idea if I'd do another one. And as probably everyone, that at least who's leaving comments knows, I've got to do 4 more. So I have continued to make CDs, but at the time I did not know. Thus, sort of the double entendre of time leaves things behind, in case this was going to be my record of a bunch of songs I'd written. I always like to say, even going back a long time, 10 years or more, I'm always amazed when another song pops out. Every single song I just assume is the last one, at this point in my life. And yet, go figure. I also like to introduce this song by saying it's the only folk song ever inspired by a poem by Thomas Hardy. And the line was, "Time parts steals, let's parts abide." And that made an impression on the young, impressionable Ray. And stole the idea, and here's the variation on the theme that came into being. can almost hear your voice when a whisper rides the wind. Words from long ago, they drift like falling snow. And I almost hear your voice. I can sometimes see your eyes when a stranger looks my way. But it turns out to be your shadow chasing me. But I sometimes see your eyes, just like a thief comes through a window and takes all he can find. And time makes off with your memories, but time leaves things behind. Yeah, time leaves things behind. Yeah, I can feel you by my side in the stillness of the night. The long arm of the moon reaches across the room, and I feel you by my side, just like a thief comes through a window and takes all he can find. And time makes off with your memories, but time leaves things behind. Yeah, time leaves things behind. Time leaves things behind. Famous last words. This is my last album. Yeah. Well, now I'm in just the opposite headspace. Now I just think I'm going to make albums forever. But so that's Time Leaves Things Behind. I don't want to overstay my welcome, but I'm happy to play more songs. But feel free if you're at this point, you're just being polite because you are all lovely people who are I see in the chat window. But maybe I'll play like one song from every other record that we've been neglecting. But if there are requests, help yourself. Besides that, Lenny, one day I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to sit down and figure out how to play that again. But let's see. Well, all right. Let's see, what would be a fun song to sing? Oh, I know. Why, this is a, how old is this guitar? It's like, it's starting to get up to 50 years of age. So the intonation and the tunings is the price you pay to have a guitar that sounds like a 50-year-old Martin. All right, well, this is a silly song, and I think a silly song's probably a good idea right about now. Actually, I should mention that Lanny was kind enough to play on this song, and a bunch of other songs, and full-blown member of the Tin Kickers. And by the way, let me throw that out there too. The Tin Kickers will be back. God willing, the Tin Kickers will be back this summer. I'm starting to book shows starting March 25th on. So don't give up on the Tin Kickers. We'll be back sometime this. As a matter of fact, well, you'll know all about it. But I'm hoping March, April, May, June, July, and August. There'll be plenty of time for the Tin Kickers. Well, she had a body only youth could build. I'm nearsighted and over the hill, but she caught my eye like a star in the sky. She smiled once, I smiled twice. Too late now for your advice. Can't go to school to be that kind of fool. Well, she took my wallet and she took my rings. She took my watch, ran out of things. She left me what God started me with. All I can say is this: I'm just a man with a mark on his back, a train wreck heading for a broken track. Can't go to school to be that kind of fool. My Uncle Harold was a prince of a man. He said you should live like a king if you can. He'd cut me in on that American dream. He sold me on the American dream and put my money in a Ponzi scheme. Can't go to school to be that kind of fool. Yes, I lost my house and sold the car, but Uncle Harold's out of living large. I catch some Z's in the back of the bus, but that don't help me much, 'cause I'm just a man with a mark on his back, train wreck heading for a broken track. Can't go to school to be that kind of fool. No. My cousin said he needed help with a chore, so we pulled around to the back of a store. A man stood up on the edge of a truck. We packed the car, paid in cash. The sirens howled and red lights flashed. Can't go to school to be that kind of fool. Well, I tried to run, but I tripped and fell. My cousin drove off like a bat out of hell. They found me in the alley nearby, just reaching for the sky. I'm just a man with a mark on his back, a train wreck heading for a broken track. Can't go to school to be that kind of fool. Yeah, but it could be worse. I'm still alive and eating well the next 3 to 5. They asked my plea when the charges were read, and you know what I said. Judge, I'm just a man with a mark on his back, a train wreck heading for a broken track. Can't go to school to be that kind of fool. No, you can't go to school to be that kind of fool. Oh, you can't go to school to be that kind of fool. All right, there you go. So that's that got Mary Pat dancing in the kitchen. Me. Excellent. Thanks for dancing, Mary Pat. Okay, let's see. All right, so let's go. Let's see, 20 lies. See, I have all these songs on my guitar for a reason. And let's see. Oh, I know that'd be good. This is one I don't get to sing too often. And I'd especially like to sing it now. So add to the tuning challenges a capo, and you've got the trifecta. There's sort of a Romeo and Juliet story. He sat on the bed and watched songs put her to sleep. Now time would take so many things, but this was his to keep. They raced with the city lights, yeah, through the streets they sped. 'Cause they knew time was running out. The words were never said. Seeds of love, seeds of love, planted in each other's heart. And though their tears fell like rain, all they grew was apart. And they held hands up to the gate. He tried to hold on, letting go. She took her ticket out. He looked and she was gone. Seeds of love, seeds of love, planted in each other's heart. And though their tears, they fell like rain, all they grew was apart. Slowly he puts back the phone. He turns and walks away. And sometimes she sits down to write, but there is too much to say. Seeds of love, seeds of love, planted in each other's heart, and though their tears, they fell like the rain, all they grew was apart. I can't wait to see you, Vanessa. I hope you're still here to see that. We will all see each other soon. No doubt about that. Okay, let's see. We're up to Three Finger Brown. Let's pick a song off of that. Oh, well, I know what's the silliest song on that. I think we need a silly song now. So, after a show, Matt, I know, knows Joy. I'm not sure I can pronounce her last name. I know Ken Cassidy knows Joy. So after a show, she came up to me and said, really enjoyed the show, but you gotta tell me, why so many sad songs? And I just thought it was ironic that her name was Joy, and she was complaining about the sad songs, which actually, I guess, kind of fits. I didn't have an answer for her. It's just the way it turns out, okay? Although I do like to quote the fake Hank Williams line where when he was asked that same question, he replied, because I want people to know whose side I'm on. But this is another little short story about what happens in a bar late at night. And don't deny it, we've all been there. Closing time, the lights are bright, and the bartender wants to call it a night. Don't go home, he cries, but don't stay here. It's a good time for a bad idea. Honey, you're looking good, yeah, you're looking fine. And if you're wondering what's on my mind, just grab your coat and I'll make it clear. It's a good time for a bad idea. Let's go crazy, let's get down, leave a mark all over town. Start some trouble that they won't forget. Raise a ruckus that we'll regret. Take my hand, walk out this door, and be someone you've never been before. Things ain't always quite like they appear. It's a good time for a bad idea. That's right. You know it's a good time It's a good time. Yeah, it's a real good time for a bad idea. Let's go crazy, let's get loud, and do some things won't make us proud. Start some trouble that they won't forget. Raise a ruckus that we'll regret. Oh, but in the morning, when that sun is high, now don't be looking for a kiss goodbye, 'cause with the break of dawn I'll disappear. It's a good time for a bad idea. Oh, you know it's a good time. Yeah, it's a good time. Yeah, it's a real good time for a bad idea. Now, some people might argue that there is no bad time for a bad idea. So that would mean that every time for a bad idea was a good time. I don't know. It kind of gets confusing in a who's on first kind of way. All right, let's see what we're up to. Oh boy, there's a lot on there I'd like to play. Okay, well. Okay, well. Hi, Josie Bello, if you're here. Michelle's saying hello. I'll say hello too. Thanks for popping in. Okay, wait a minute. It's like looking in a mirror. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm doing everything wrong. Whatever, it's there. There you go. You guys can, I may have to cut it off. Let's see. That goes this way. Okay, that's a little better. There you go. So, I guess this is probably the song I play the most, but you know, Das, you're on something. In the middle of a song, I realized, I looked over, I saw that, and I said, I've gone this whole show without touching this beer. And I just was wrapped up in the performance. But no, I brought it down for the show. But cheers. Here's to the new year to all my dear friends. Now it's back to being a problem. Well, this is, I never get tired of singing this song. I'm thinking I should probably play something I don't play so often, but I just never get tired of singing this song. No, she lied. She didn't know. Kid Bayonne got out and was heading home. She pulled her bags off the grocery line, got to her car and wished she could turn back time. 15 months, 15 rounds, more or less the same. And Kid Bayonne stayed on his feet and fighting for his name, fighting for his name. It was after work, she was out with friends, when her ex turned up and came at her again. He spun her round, his fists in the air, but one punch Kid put him down into intensive care. 15 months and 15 rounds, more or less the same. Yeah, Kid Bayonne stayed on his feet, fighting for his name, fighting for his name. Any given night, Kid climbed into the ring, bracing for the blows that he knew every battle brings. But then love hit him like a train he tried outrunning, and he staggered to his corner like he never saw it coming. Parked nearby, grabbed the milk and bread, walked up to her door and saw a Kid on her steps, arm in arm, her head on his shoulder. They sat like that for hours and just watched the night grow colder. 15 months, 15 rounds, more or less the same. Yeah, Kid Bayonne stayed on his feet, fighting for his name, fighting for his name. Fighting for his name. Fighting for his name. You say that, Michelle, but I've written a lot of songs. People are going to have toothpicks under their eyes before long. Okay, but I do have to play this. I have to play this for Lanny and Eileen. Early believers in this song when I had my doubts. There's a dragon in my wagon, I take him everywhere. He smiles all the while like he doesn't. You know what? I just thought of something. I'll try that again. There's a dragon in my wagon, and I pull him along. He whistles while we wander, he sings a fiery song. Most folks just ignore us, but I jump in on the chorus, and I'm happy that he's happy, because I'm happy too. There's a dragon in my wagon, I take him everywhere. He whistles while we wander like he doesn't have a care. The sidewalk looks enormous, like an ocean waiting for us. I'm happy that he's happy, because I'm happy too. And if you're wondering how I know, or if you think I'm bragging, anytime you take a look, you'll see his tail is wagging. There's a dragon in my wagon, he dances on the ride. I hear his toes start tapping, his head moves side to side, and when his shoulders bobble, the wagon rocks and wobbles. And I'm happy that he's happy, because I'm happy too. And if you're wondering how I know, or if you think I'm bragging, anytime you take a look, you'll see that his tail is wagging. And there's a dragon in my wagon, and we roll through the town. There's nothing like a best friend to help you get around. And when my bedtime's calling and fast asleep he's falling, I'm happy that he's happy, because I'm happy too. Yeah, I'm happy that he's happy, because I'm happy too. Sorry about the false start there, Glenn, but okay, Charlie. A request. I love requests. My friend Charlie requested this. He's hosted me at his just gorgeous log cabin up in the woods. Just a beautiful place to visit up in the North Country of New York. And he's hosted me and Lanny. And he'll host us again, whether he likes it or not, because there's no keeping us from going back. But as Charlie knows, immediately after I wrote this song, he was the first person I thought of, because he likes this kind of stuff like I do. This old country Delta roots kind of music. And so I sent him a quick demo of it right after I recorded it, and I put it on the last album. The Road Ahead. If again, if you do not have The Road Ahead, please go to my website and download it. Put 000 and then you'll have to put in your email to get the link for the free link. And because we had a great time making The Road Ahead, and I think it came out pretty good. And so we just want people to hear it. That's all. All right. So this is my little tip of the cat. There's a little Mississippi John Hurt reference, and there's a Robert Johnson reference in there, but that's beside the point. It's a fun song. I got home to Mississippi late last night. You were waiting up to start a fight. I guess there'll be no kissing. You weren't missing me. Yeah, I was born to sing the blues. So baby, why are you helping me? I had a little bit of business across the Georgia line. Still, I made it back in record time. But it ain't my peaches you're reaching for, I see. Yeah, I was born to sing the blues. So baby, why are you helping me? If you were talking about going walking with some dandy down the street, well, get your head straight before it's too late and I pick up my feet. Louisiana's where I ought to go. They got a juke joint outside East Monroe. Oh, women and whiskey, a risky recipe. Yeah, I was born to sing the blues. Baby, why are you helping me? Why are you helping me, mama? If you were thinking about going drinking with some dandy on the town, well, put your money where your mouth is, honey, and don't come back around. Yeah, I'm slipping on my Monday morning shoes, heading off again to pay my dues. Yeah, when trouble hits me, it fits me to a T. Yeah, I was born to sing the blues. So baby, why are you helping me? I was born to sing the blues. Baby, why are you helping me? There's a blues chord for you right there. That chord has the blues. Hey, Bill, happy New Year, Bill Intiman. Welcome, fellow tin kicker. Let's see. Well, I guess I should, let's see. Let's see if I can find a good one to maybe close the, well, that's always a good closing song. Well, you know what? All right, I'm going to let all you folks, I'm going to play one more song. And then hang around if anyone wants to chat. But this seems like the appropriate song to play, considering we're going back in time, revisiting old stories. And besides, Greg and Mary Pat and Kevin and Ann hopefully are still here. I don't know if they've heard this story, but I wrote this song for their weddings. They got married a week apart, and I was trying, and I still remember I was in the basement of the old house in Plainview. For those of you who remember the old house in Plainview, I'm sure many of you remember that basement. And we got into some significant trouble in that basement in our teenage years. But be that as it may, I was having so much trouble, and the clock was ticking. And I remember sitting in the basement, and it just came out. And 44 years later. It still holds a kind of a special place. Although it's kind of funny because when I wrote the song, I was looking ahead, and singing it now, I'm looking back. That's what 44 years will do for you. But if Greg and Mary Pat or Kevin and Ann are still here, they're not. This song's for you guys anyway, and thanks so much, everybody. Oh, the leaving song. Okay, I'll play 2 more songs because I don't get too many requests. And maybe I'll do that first. Oh, and I'll do that last. It's called the leaving song. Why not? All right. So for Greg and Mary Pat and Kevin and Ann, and for all of you, a little fable about being young and seeing your life ahead of you. Where the earth is green and the sky is clear, with willing hands and my love near, so I won't have to live my life alone. I'm gonna build my home, gonna build my own sweet home. And I'll cast my seed at the river's edge, and I'll set a light on the window ledge for those of us the lonesome highways roam. When I build my home, when I build my own sweet home. And I'll have children grow where their eyes can see light of peace, where dreams can breathe, fill with love the houses of their own. When I build my home, when I build my own sweet home, so let the sun shine down and raise a golden grain, so tall and strong, to the wind and rain, for those of us lonesome highways roam. When I build my home, when I build my own sweet home, when I build my home, when I build my own sweet home. That's true. I can't get ossified if I don't drink my beer. The background to that little inside joke. And I'm sorry I screwed up the last line or a little bit, but I was thinking, which you should never do when you're singing one song. I was thinking, when was the last time I played the leaving song? Can I possibly play it? But I'm sure it'll come back. It's kind of like in there somewhere. Probably the last time I played it was with you, Lanny. But many people on this thread, we've known each other since we were like 18, 17, 16. And we drank a lot of beer. Remember that basement I was talking about? And at one point in time, we raised such a racket that we were running down the street. I don't know. I think we were, as I remember, we were ripping down Republican campaign placards or something. We were drunk and it was noisy. And the next morning, my mother came and sat on the edge of my bed and said, "Ray, you boys were ossified last night." And one of the great moments of my childhood, I had even hungover, I had to laugh. You know, I thought it was just a great use of the word. That's right. That's 44 years, yeah. So this last song, and I have kept you here long enough. We'll do it again, but I will stick around in case anybody wants to chat. I wrote this song after I retired. I stopped working, and I was in kind of a pensive mood about it all, and this is what came out. If I can, and I apologize in advance, you know, if I screw it up, Lanny, but I'm thinking I might, I'll give it my best. I'm going home, leaving this town, heading back, turning around. In all this time, one thing I found: what goes up will come down. So when you see me leave, just smile, so I will know that you were glad I was here a while. And I picked up a thing or two along the way. I learned from you. I hope you have the chance to find a thing or two I left behind. So when you hear me say so long, think about the days and nights we sat and sang along. Among the things that I forgot, the more you've got, the less you've got. The more you laugh, the more you live, the more you take, the less you give. So when you look and see that I'm gone. Just find someone who needs a hand and help them carry on. 'Cause I'm going home, leaving this town, heading back, turning around. In all this time, one thing proved true: the love you share comes back to you. So when you look and see I'm gone, find someone who needs a hand and help them carry on. When you see me wave, just smile, so I will know that you were glad I was here a while. All right, that's a tough one to keep straight there, Lenny. Anyway, so thank you so much. Thanks so much for being here, for coming in and hanging around so long. I'm going to drink my beer now and catch up with everybody. Let's see. So I think I'm going to... Yeah, Josie. Oh, Jason. Oh, Jason. So I think I don't know. We'll be able to still chat. Anyway, thanks again so much, Jason. I'm glad you got a chance to drop by. You're gonna have to. I owe you a phone call or a text chat message, Jason, to catch up and see how everybody's doing. Charlie, we're gonna come see you. Rhonda, Michelle, you know, the Tin Kickers will be back. Terry, so I haven't missed Christmas? No, it's we're still hitting the eggnog, Terry. And Bill, Snapper Bill, we gotta get some rehearsals in. Greg and Mary Pat, come back and visit the rest of your family that's still here in New York. Das, you know, drop a note. Let me know how everybody's doing, how the kids are doing. Lanny and Eileen, I'll see you soon, God willing. And Matt, one of these days we're going to sit and pick together, make some noise. And then, you know, Vanessa, I think, had to go take care of her little one. And Bob Kalo, here's to live music this summer. Oh, that's a nice thing to say, Bob. I would love to see you again. I know you're on the West Coast, but if you're ever visiting New York, come say hi. Okay, I'm going to end the broadcast, and I think I'll be able to still chat with everybody. I'm not sure if that's the case, but I hope so. But thanks again for listening, and I will talk to you all real soon.